Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to share today's video with you guys because I'm finally going to talk about how I became monetized in just 4 short months. I know. So if you're interested in how I became monetized in just 4 months, then keep watching. So more specifically, I of course have to talk about the requirements that it takes to become monetized on YouTube. We have to talk about my channel's background and timeline just as a reference throughout this video. And then I'm going to talk about Google Adsense, of course, and YouTube as a business standpoint. And then if you watch all the way until the end, I'm going to give you guys all of my tips and tricks and share some of my knowledge that I've learned along the way. So this is probably not the first video that you're watching if you are looking into getting monetized on YouTube, but if it is, I'm just going to give you the general basic requirements that you need to become monetized on YouTube. So the 3 things that are required on YouTube to be monetized is 1,000 subscribers. You have to have 1,000 subscribers, which if you're just starting out, it takes a little bit to get there. It took me 4 months to get there, and I worked hard for those 1,000 subscribers. The second thing that you're gonna need is 4,000 watched hours. That's hours, guys, not minutes. That's 240,000 minutes. That's a lot. And then the third and final thing that you're going to need to be monetized on YouTube is that you have to have a Google Adsense account because that is how you're gonna be getting paid. Now that we've talked about the 3 requirements to become monetized on YouTube, let's just talk about my channel and its timeline and background, just so you guys can have something to reference to throughout the video and it can kind of give you guys a reasonable timeline. Keep in mind that I know a lot of channels that have gotten monetized before 4 months, but I also know a lot of channels that have had a channel for years and they're still not monetized. So it really is what you put into it. It's hard work and being patient. Most of us are not lucky enough to just wake up and have a viral video and now we're monetized. That usually doesn't typically happen. So just keep in mind that it does take a lot of work. Don't get discouraged. You'll get there. So I started my YouTube channel back in May of 2020. I moved over the summer, so my YouTube channel was kind of put on the back burner. But once I got back into the rhythm of things, once we got settled after we moved, I got back into posting videos more regularly and consistently, and I definitely saw more channel growth when I started doing that. I reached my 1,000 subscriber goal on August 15th. So I had my channel for May, June, July, and August. So I had my channel for 4 months and I reached my 1,000 subscriber mark. But 4 days later, I reached my watched hour goal. So I finally hit that 4,000 watched hours right after I got my 1,000 subscribers. So in a matter of a 4-day window, I got my subscribers and I got my watched hours. So fast forward 2 days to August 21st, after I got my 4,000 watched hours, I finally got an email from YouTube saying that I was approved for monetization and I was accepted into the YouTube partner program and I was ready to be monetized. So I was so excited for that and I'm like, okay, here we go. August 21st, I'm officially monetized. I'm gonna get my check like next week, like the end of August, right? No. Let me tell you how wrong I was. I didn't get my first YouTube check until October 23rd. So that end of August period that I was monetized and all of September was put onto one check at the end of October. So October 23rd, I got my first check, and I'm just gonna be completely transparent with you guys. My very first check on YouTube was $1,457.82, which was insane to me. I am so grateful for that. I couldn't believe that within my first month, I had made over $1,000. I mean, granted, a little bit of August was in there, but whatever, I'm not even including that. So that was a big deal to me to get that first check, and it was already over $1,000 because I've seen a lot of other monetization videos where people got their first check and it was like a couple of dollars. So this was a huge deal for me, especially because we had just moved here and I didn't get a job when we moved to Tennessee because I was making enough money with my small business sales that I didn't need to go and get a job. I had finally replaced my full-time salary that I had back in Florida with my small business sales. So just to have another stream of income that I could kind of rely on was so great for us. It was such a blessing. I'm so thankful for that. So now that I kind of covered my channel's timeline, let's jump into Google Adsense because there's a couple things that you may not be aware of that you might want to know. So for those of you that don't know, Google Adsense is basically You know how you watch any big video on YouTube and there's always ads? Like usually it's like either like right before or it's like right when the video ends. If it's a longer video, it'll have like ads in the beginning, or there'll be like ads on the side panel or underneath the person talking or whatever. That is Google AdSense. Those are the ads that are put on the videos, paid for by Google AdSense, which pays YouTube to put the ads on your video. I know that was a lot, so just like let that sink in. I highly recommend that you apply to be a part of Google AdSense ahead of time, so that's just one less thing that you have to do later. You're not waiting on that because this does take time. They mail you a code that you have to then verify online and verify your bank account and all that. So if you just have all that done ahead of time before you get monetized, then you'll be ready to go and you're not going to be delayed in any way when it comes to getting paid. So now that you understand the basics of Google AdSense, let's talk about why it's so important to understand that YouTube is a business and why you need to look at YouTube from a business standpoint. Basically, all you need to know is that YouTube is a business. They obviously want to keep viewers on their platform for as long as possible watching videos. The more people that are watching videos, the more people are on the platform. That's the more views, the more hours that they are getting, which is the more ads that can be put into their videos, which is how YouTube gets paid from companies that are paying YouTube to put the ads on the videos. So I know it's like kind of a lot to understand, but just think about it this way. Just like with any cable company or a TV network, like when you're watching TV, you know how there's commercials, and all those commercial companies are obviously paying for a slot to be on TV. YouTube is no different. It is the exact same. YouTube is getting paid from these companies to have ads featured in their videos, which is how it pays its creators. So with all of that being said, this will make everything that I'm about to explain so much easier to understand. So obviously, like I said, because YouTube is a business and they are trying to get viewers to be on YouTube longer, to watch more videos so that they can promote more ads, they are obviously going to promote more videos that could potentially make them more money. And I say that because it is very important to know that when YouTube is pushing your videos, they are really looking at your subscriber growth as a whole, your likes versus dislikes on a video, your comments, and they are also looking at your video's retention. How long are they watching a video? Are they just clicking on your video because you had a really good thumbnail and title, but then they end up Xing out because they don't want to watch your whole video? They just watch like the first minute and then they stop watching. So when you know all of that and you keep all of that in the back of your mind when you're filming, it will just make it a whole lot easier on what you need to hone in on and focus on as far as your video presentation, your titles, your keywords, your description, your thumbnail. All that is so important in getting those people to not only click on your video, but then the actual content itself that you're putting out. Is it bringing value to the viewer? Why should someone watch your channel? What do you bring to the table? Are you bringing them knowledge, entertainment? Are you teaching them a skill or something to do? Like in my case, I teach a lot of crafts, or I talk about a lot of like small business hacks and tips and tricks and all that. So I'm bringing knowledge to the table so people can gain that knowledge for themselves and benefit from that and apply that to their lives however they see fit. Or maybe they don't craft at all and they have no interest in crafting, but maybe they just enjoy watching other people craft. So if anything, it's entertainment for those type of people that just watch my crafting videos as entertainment. So it can be either or. So just think about what your channel is bringing to the table and why people should be watching your videos, and then just keep that in the back of your mind whenever you're filming and editing your video. So now I just want to briefly talk about how you can get those 1,000 subscribers and how you can get your 4,000 watched hours. So for the 1,000 subscribers, it's very important that you urge your viewers to subscribe, like, and comment on all of your videos. For example, with my videos, at the very end, I always say, if you have any questions, drop a comment below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any other crafting tutorials or tips and tricks for your small business. So that's always kind of like my closing for my videos. So some other YouTubers put this at the very beginning, in the middle, maybe they do all three. I just like to do mine at the ending. That's just my personal preference. You can do whatever you feel like is necessary, but I feel like when you're urging that viewer to do it, they're more likely to listen and like, oh, okay, yeah, I definitely need to go subscribe before I go click on this other video over here that YouTube's recommending to me. So if you're urging your viewers to do that, you're going to build a rapport with them, and it will help you grow as far as the search results because you'll have more comments and more likes. You'll gain more subscribers. I think my fast growth within just the last couple of months definitely helped push out some of my videos. So while we're on the subject of comments and replying to comments, so I always say at the end of my video, if you have any questions, drop a comment below and I'll answer all of your questions. I try to reply to as many questions as I can. Granted, some questions are the exact same questions that I've answered over and over and over again. So sometimes it does get a little tedious answering the same question. But if you write down those questions like I do, like if it's something that was constantly being asked, I know maybe I should make like a more elaborate video going over this, this, and this. For example, like with my car freshie video or my sticker video, a lot of people asked about like the designing aspect. So I made a designing video on my sticker. Or with my car freshies, people were asking about how I decorate my car freshies, or do I have any tips and tricks for like these problems that people were having. So I made videos based on those questions. So number one, it helps build a rapport with your viewers. They want to watch you because you are willing to help them. You're taking the time out of your day to not only film and edit and post this video, but to actually talk to this human being on their level and help them out. They're more likely to give you a thumbs up or keep commenting on your videos or subscribe to your channel because they like you so much. So when you build that rapport, YouTube does notice that, and that can definitely help build your channel. So now let's talk about these 4,000 watch hours that I felt like took forever for me to reach. It was like draining every day to like post a video and then like, oh, I got 34 watched minutes off that video. Yay. It can be very draining and exhausting to consistently see that all of your hard work isn't paying off because it's not an overnight thing. So I think what helped me reach my 4,000 watched hours is that I tried to make almost all of my videos over 10 minutes long. Like if you go back and look at all my videos, I'll say a good like 95% or higher are over 10 minutes long. Now granted, the crafting videos, a lot of those I couldn't make any shorter even if I wanted to. Like any parts that I felt like I could kind of take out or like put in hyperlapse because it wasn't super important, I did that, and they were always 10 minutes long because crafting takes time. But all the videos where I'm talking in, yes, I could take some things out and shorten it and give you guys like a condensed version. But I think if you're here and you click on the video because you want to know the information, you want to know all the information. At least that's how I felt anytime I was like watching a video where I was like gaining knowledge. I was just like, okay, give me more, give me all the deets. I want all the tea. So I could like absorb all that and apply that to whatever I was learning about. So for me, the more I give you guys, I think the better. So for me, I think over 10-minute videos help me because number one, like I said before, YouTube wants to promote videos that is going to make them the most money. So if you have a video that's over 10 minutes, they can put ads in the middle of your video, not just the beginning and the end. So those middle ads is like that real sweet spot where you can get a lot more money as a YouTuber getting monetized because you can actually check which ads you want in your video. Do you want the ad in the beginning, after, in the middle? Do you have a super long video, like 20-30 minutes, and you want multiple ads? You can pick and choose where these ads are going, what ads are popping up. Like you get to kind of choose all that. So the longer your video, the more options you have as a YouTube creator to pick and choose what ads are going to be featured on your channel, which can help you make more money. So on that same note, because you have a long video, it's going to be a lot harder to get that viewer to like hook on your video and watch all the way through, let alone halfway through. So just keep that in mind. A lot of my videos, if it's 10 minutes or more, the video retention definitely goes down, and that can definitely hurt your channel. So it's important to, I like to call them breadcrumbs, leave breadcrumbs. So for example, at the beginning of this video, I said, okay, I'm going to give you guys the tips at the end. So then that made you want to either A, skip ahead to the end, but then maybe you'll go back and watch because you felt like you missed something, or B, you're going to watch all the way through because you want to gain all those details that I was just talking about. So it's important to leave breadcrumbs, or saving the best for last, if you will, to get viewers to watch all the way to the end of your video, which in turn will get you more watch minutes, which turn into more watch hours, which will help you reach that 4,000 hour goal. Now, something that I want to recommend to you guys that I didn't do, that I definitely want to talk to you guys about, is being consistent and starting a schedule so that you'll be a lot more successful in the long run. Like I said before, I think because we moved and I was like so behind, I didn't have a chance to film videos ahead of time and upload them and schedule them for like certain post dates ahead of time. I felt like if I would have done that, I could have reached the monetization point a lot faster than what I did, especially because like it was in the middle of the pandemic and I feel like a lot more people were at home watching videos online all day. So I felt like that was the perfect time to become monetized, and I didn't get monetized until the fall. So I definitely recommend being consistent. Create a schedule for yourself. So like right now, I post 2 videos a week every Wednesday and Sunday. And there are times where I'm like, I don't know if I can post a video today. Like I didn't like how that one turned out. I want to refilm this. And I'm just like, no, I got to post it. I got to stick with my schedule. I want to stay ahead. I want to have my videos filmed ahead of time and post them so that this next week I can work on the next 2 weeks videos that are going to be posted. So the more ahead you can be, the better. And I know when you're first starting out, most of us, when we're starting out as YouTubers, we have another full-time job like I did when I first started mine. So it's a lot harder to create content at a time, but I think it is definitely beneficial for you in the long run. So like most of you, I have a pretty chaotic and hectic life. So for me, creating a schedule, like, okay, so I know he's gonna be at work on this day, she's gonna be in school and not online learning on this day. I don't have any vet appointments or doctor's appointments or teacher conferences or anything going on this day. I'm going to film on this day, this day, this day, and I'm going to edit on this day and this day. So I always look at the week schedule like a week ahead of time, and then I'll kind of decide, okay, so I'm going to film on these days, I'm going to edit on these days, I'm going to post on these 2 days, and then that way I can stay ahead of the game. And that's my goal for this year, and I'm trying to stick to that as much as I can. So definitely try to apply that as much as you can. Like I said, I know it's really hard because life just gets in the way. It's not always easy, especially when we have a million things going on, which we normally do. But if you just try to stick to staying ahead, or at least sticking to a schedule, you're not going to get burnout faster, and it'll be a lot easier for you to reach your goals faster. Okay guys, so hopefully I've shed a little light on getting monetized. As always, if you have any questions or comments, just drop a comment below and I'll be sure to answer all those questions for you guys. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up so I know that you like it. And if you haven't already, be sure to click that subscribe button below so you don't miss any other small business tips and tricks or other YouTube related videos. And I just like space. Turn sideways. Open sesame. Handful. This way, this way. There she goes. The 3 things that you need to be is very boom.